Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, guys. Finally we will take a look at the gold market in our weekly research, second research in this weekend. Situation on the gold market right now is rather interesting, especially on the long-term charts. I would suggest that gold market right now stands in rather difficult and tension situation. First of all, we see the divergence between the price action on the gold market and speculative position by the CFTC report and SPDR fund storage statistics. So while the prices of the gold has reached mostly the previous top around 1365, recently the net speculative position is dropping, and as well as the SPDR fund storage. So it doesn't they do not support the price action. And in general, if you will take a look at the gold price since the beginning of the year, it mostly stands in upward trend, while as the SPDR fund storages, as the speculative position, net speculative long position on the gold market mostly shows the downward action. This is really a warning moment, and usually it stands at the eve of some significant changes on the market. Taking into consideration that in general gold positions right now are maybe not highly saturated, but by the historical data, it mostly stands very close to the high levels. So maybe they do not at the ultimate level, but they're really significant. And this maybe could be possible signs of the coming drop on the gold market. So it's really some important moment that we see right now on the long-term charts. Besides, from the technical point of view on the monthly chart, gold stands at the point where it should continue upward action as soon as possible. Because if it will not do this, this will mean inability of the market to support the pattern that is forming. So it will be an ability of the market to create the extension leg that should be created. We believe it will be some kind of the failure, and in this case, really very significant reversal could happen. Maybe the long-term bull trend will survive, will be hold, but the drop on the market could be really significant. Fundamentally, it's mostly based on the balance between the inflation and the Fed policy. So currently the major question is whether the Fed will be in time with the inflation, in step with the inflation. So if it will be lagging to inflation, that will support the gold market. If it will be leading the inflation or coming together with the inflation, so this will be stronger pressure on the gold price, and it could stop this upward action and really could see the changing of the tendency. So that's what we were talking in this research about the long-term perspective on the gold market. So on the shorter-term charts, here we are mostly interested with the situation around this support. Those of you guys who have read our yesterday analysis of the Forex market, I mean dollar index, but in the euro currency approximately the same situation, we have suggested the possible another spike of the strength in the United States dollar before the tendency somehow could change. We do not know definitely this will happen, but overall picture that we have estimated suggests that probably some another action on the market should happen in favor of the dollar. On the gold market, price is forming kind of the triangle consolidation, guys, and as usual from the triangles could be two different exits. So first one is to upside is the butterfly, Another one is to downside by some kind of the ABCD action. And at the first glance, it's difficult to combine the possible butterfly here and the thing that we're suggesting on the Forex market. But actually, there are no contradictions here, because as you can see, the butterfly will be valid till 13 or 7 points. So this is the bottom of the XA swing. And while other price action fluctuates inside of it, the butterfly is still valid. That's why I do not see any problem to see some minor downward continuation here on the gold market to our support area that we have discussed in last week. This is 1311, 1316 major FIB support. Daily result will be also stands in this area. And after that, maybe it will start move to the upside. That's particularly what we'll be watching for in the beginning of the week. So all our attention will be focused on this area. So first, we're waiting for some downward continuation. Second, we are dropping our time frame to the hourly chart and watching for a bullish reversal patterns. The bullish reversal pattern that could be formed in this area could lead to the different continuation. So different action after it will be formed. So definitely it will be some kind of the minor response, some minor retracement. This is mostly conservative suggestion, but potentially it could lead to the action to the 1380 area. Why we're talking about this butterfly in general? Just because, guys, on the weekly chart we have the uncompleted OP of the major ABCD pattern around 1377 and hasn't been reached. So some pattern should be formed at least following the probability. The market in most cases completes the targets of the major extensions before showing different actions, so turning to the retracement or showing some other action. We suggest that this target also should be complete, at least from the probability point of view. And to do this, market should form some pattern that could lead market right to this point. And currently on the daily chart, the only pattern that we see could be the butterfly. That's why we do not exclude really this potential chance. But first, as I said, we'll be watching for action around this area. Here is how it could look. So on hourly chart, I just would like to remind you what we have talked on Friday. We said, guys, that we will be watching for possible hand and shoulders pattern that could trigger some retracement, and we should think about taking the short position based on this pattern. But the action that I see right now makes me think that indeed some downward action could happen, and it totally corresponds to our analysis on the Forex market. Why I think that here downward action is very probable? Because take a look, guys, on the shape of the right shoulder. It is really not typical for the reverse head and shoulders pattern. So you can see that activity on the slope of the head is even better than on the right shoulder. This is not normal, because here, following the logic of this pattern, the bulls should control the market, and it could be retracement, and here is upward fast action should happen. So take a look at some kind of the hand shoulders here. So you can see that the shoulder is very small. The market was not able to show the retracement here to the upside, and after that, very strong action has happened. But here's another story. So market can't even reach the neckline, showing some kind of the mostly triangle and pennant consolidation. That makes me think about weakness of the market and inability of the market to show even there's minor upward actions on completion of the EBCD pattern to complete the bottom, complete the hand shoulders pattern. So that's why I think that this hand shoulder probably will fail, and we will see the butterfly pattern instead. So you can see this could become the left wing of the butterfly, right? And that will become the right wing. So that is the pattern that we'll be watching for. It could reach either 1318 as the 127 extension or 1314 area, 1618 extension. These different extensions could be made. Both of them, by the way, stand inside the confidence on the daily chart. So both of them are suitable for us. And we will be watching for the pace of the dropping, the speed of the dropping. If it will be very fast, in this case, we will be watching for 1618. If it will be gradual, in this case, it probably will be 127, so as usual. Once this pattern will be formed, we could try to take the long position, because at least minor retracement here should happen that will let us to move steps to the break-even, because it will be not just the butterfly, it will be the pattern right at daily confidence support, and around monthly pivot support 1 and daily oversold. So it will be rather strong support area that will increase significantly probability of some response to this level, some retracement. But if we will get lucky, in this case, the butterfly could trigger really strong upward action with this butterfly. So that is the most positive scenario for possible action here. If after minor response, minor retracement, market still will return back down and drop and taking out of the 13 or 7 area, that significantly shift the advantage in favor of the bears. And in this case, indeed, we could count on some downward continuation. At least our ABCD pattern could be completed. That's what we have talked about previously, if you remember. It's approximately 13 even, 1302 area. This will be probably completed, this pattern. So, but that is second question. It's not really very important. Right now, we are mostly important for us, and we should be focused on the process of this action on the hourly chart. So failure of the hand shoulders, completion of the butterfly, and potential long entry around this final point of the butterfly.